Greetings, brethren of the Seventh-day Adventist, and happy Sabbath. Our question today is it a sin to kindle fire on a Sabbath? We are going to read from Exodus 35, verse 3. It reads, "Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day." We know, brothers and sisters, this verse, we know the law that was given to the children of Israel during their journey to the promised land. They were told that they were not supposed to kindle fire on a Sabbath. These brothers and sisters, we also know that the Lord was with them. The Lord was protecting them. The Lord was giving them the right, the needed temperatures for them to survive during their journey. As we know that they were led by the pillar of cloud during the day and a pillar of fire during the night. There are others today who still avoid the kindling of fire, saying that it is a sin, as it was said to the children of Israel. But brothers and sisters, is that so? Is that what the spirit of prophecy is saying? Is that what to the law and to the testimony is saying? We will see that if we go and read from the book of Patriarchs and Prophets, it will tell us that prohibition of kindling fire on a Sabbath was to be ended before the entering of the promised land. Let us read from Patriarchs and Prophets, page 408. It reads, "During the sojourn in the wilderness, the kindling of fires upon the seventh day had been strictly prohibited. The prohibition was not to extend to the land of Canaan, where the severity of the climate will often render fires a necessity. But in the wilderness, fire was not needed for warmth. The act of this man was a willful and deliberate violation of the fourth commandment, a sin, not of thoughtlessness or ignorance, but of presumption." We see here, brothers and sisters, Sister White is telling us that the prohibition was not to extend to the land of Canaan. Meaning, when they entered the land of Canaan, they were allowed to kindle fire on a Sabbath. We will see even what is happening today. Remember, last week we were talking about not cooking on a Sabbath, but the spirit of prophecy told us that we can warm food. The question comes again, how can we warm food if we cannot kindle fire on a Sabbath? We see, brothers and sisters, that today, as it is, we can kindle fire. Let us read our verse from 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It reads, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." Here we see, brothers and sisters, that we are encouraged to rightly divide the word of truth. Thus today we see that we can kindle fire. Kindling of fire as we live today, it is not a sin. We see that on a Sabbath we kindle fire when we warm our food. The heaters that we use, maybe some they will say it is not fire because there is no firewood. If you are not in the rural areas, we see that we can kindle modern fire. The heaters that we use is either you are using gas or you are using electricity. The stoves, the air cons, the PA systems, all those things, they use fire. So, brothers and sisters, we see that today it is not a sin to kindle fire on a Sabbath. Enjoy the rest of your Sabbath. God bless.